In the space of just 5 years, GT Academy has gone from a gaming experiment to being the world's most innovative driver selection program. 10 bedroom gamers have gone from virtual to reality. They now compete as professional motor racing drivers, taking multiple podiums at international race meetings all over the world. Now a new wave of Academy graduates join previous winners and start the life-changing journey of becoming professional racing drivers. This is GT Next Level.
And the winner of GT Academy Europe 2013 is Miguel Fisca.
For most, becoming a real racing driver would be just a dream. But for 24-year-old Portuguese mechanical engineering student Miguel Fisca, that dream is now a reality.
I didn't think this was possible. I never believed it, but I won, and it's amazing.
Miguel was one of over 1 million European gamers who originally entered an online competition to go from virtual to reality. After qualifying and then winning his territory final, he spent one of the toughest weeks of his life in race camp at Silverstone. Along with 42 other elite gamers from 7 different territories across Europe, he was tested to the limit, both physically and mentally, in front of a panel of highly experienced international motorsport professionals like touring car driver Tim Coronel, FIA World Endurance star Antonio Liuzzi, and ex-Formula One ace Johnny Herbert. He was then crowned European GT Academy Champion 2013.
It's the greatest sensation I ever feel. Now I have the opportunity to work with the Nissan GT Academy, and it's going to be an amazing experience.
Now that the Academy has finished, the hard work begins. Miguel is on a 2-month intensive physical and mental driver development program. He must step up to the standards required to gain his international C license, or face losing the chance to turn his dreams into reality and compete in his first professional race. His new life starts with a move away from his native Portugal to a new home in Silverstone, England.
Hi, hello. This is the Silverstone house where me and all the GT Academy winners live for these 2 months. In the beginning, when I was playing only PlayStation, my father was like, "What are you doing in home? You should be with your friends." And I was like, "Well, I'm trying to win GT Academy." And he didn't understand the concept. When I go further and further ahead, I start to explain it better. He understands that there is an opportunity of a lifetime. And when I won, he was very happy, telling all his friends, it's like I won the Euro Million or something. And here we have like a room. You can see it very fast. You see it? It's a room. I don't spend that much time in the house. I'm always doing DDP program, fitness, so the bed is very comfortable.
Sharing the house and also doing the driver development program are this year's other Academy winners. 29-year-old car rental manager Fabian Strauss from Germany. He's their National Academy winner. And 20-year-old car salesman Nick McMullen, the North American GT Academy graduate.
I don't cook that much, I only help, because when I try to cook, nobody likes it. So, now I'm going to show you my bedroom. This is it. This is my temporary racing suit. It's my aftershave. I don't have much things here. I just sleep here and go to work or have fun in work. So it's like just to sleep.
Miguel's job now is to successfully complete the driver development program. His progress will be monitored closely by Academy Performance Director Simon Fitchett. Simon's worked with some of the biggest names in Formula One, including Sergio Perez and David Coulthard. He knows what Miguel has to do to get to the standards required of a professional racing driver.
Miguel's strengths, he proved in the final race. He was calm under pressure, difficult conditions. He's also got a good level of fitness and good strength, so that gives me a great platform to build off. And it's now getting the specifics right for the type of fitness he needs for the season ahead. His weakness is he's quite a timid character, and we'll work together on that to bring out a stronger part of him, more of a ruthless streak, which a racer really needs. As the driver development program progresses, I expect to see his confidence grow further.
The driver development program is quite hard. We have lots of fitness, like endurance training. We drive a lot cars, testing. We are learning a lot with that.
Over the next 2 months, Miguel and the other academy winners will be aiming to get their international C licenses, without which they cannot race professionally. And Simon has already seen something in Miguel that could hinder his chances of doing it.
Miguel needs to work most of all on his mental strength. He's the type of character who will go down quite quickly or become disappointed quite quickly, so it's important to work on that to make sure any setbacks he does have, he bounces back quickly and strongly.
I have like a very good team that I work with. They always try to help me, and they really want me to succeed well.
Simon's first job, though, is to show the guys a fitness session that they can do anywhere, even if he's not around.
3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done, guys. I'll rotate things about a bit. It's boring going into a gym all the time. And today we're outside, and I wanted to show them that they can do something very simple when they're home. You don't need a gym, just a bit of open grass area, and you can have a good training session.
This particular training, I think it's tough. We have to do push-ups and lots of stuff.
Joining today's fitness session is 2012 Russian Academy winner Mark Shuldzitsky. And in the 12 months since graduating, he's had podiums in the GT3 Blancpain Endurance Series and GT4 in the 24 Hours of Dubai. So he knows how important fitness and Simon have been to his professional career.
We're here to some training. Endurance training is very important for a racing driver, especially when you need to drive in a really tough condition, maybe in Dubai, you know.
At the moment, there's some way off where Mark is right now. You could see Mark doing the circuit. He was going at a quicker pace than anyone else, and he was taking it in his stride.
I have Simon Fitchett, who's a really good trainer. He helps a lot in everything, not only in physical, in mental too. Really appreciate what he done this year with me.
If they want to be a professional racing driver, they have to show self-discipline. And it is a necessity for them to be able to do everything on their own as well, because they can't have a trainer with them every moment of every day.
It's now down to Miguel and his fellow academy graduates to train hard to get their fitness up to the standards required to not only become professional racing drivers, but also to emulate the success of Nismo athletes like Mark.
I think my fitness is not that well. I think I have some time to improve, and hopefully, I'll be much better than I am now.
Guys have had a good session today, and I'm happy now with what I've seen that they will be able to go home and be able to train and enjoy doing this as well. If they don't, I'll find out.
With Simon identifying mental strength as one of the things that Miguel needs to work on, he heads to the Silverstone circuit for a training session that will identify how he can improve.
We are at the Nismo Lab, and we are doing zone training to see how we are and how can we improve.
We use these EEG monitoring devices, which will give us a readout of their alpha and beta brainwaves. What we're looking for here is for a driver to be able to increase their level of focus as well as increase their level of relaxation. Now, if they can do this simultaneously, they then get into what we call the zone.
When professional racing drivers are in the zone, they predominantly work with the subconscious part of their mind. They're able to block out what's going on outside the car. In this session, Miguel will be on a simulator. He'll have his brainwaves monitored to see how he might improve his mental strengths while driving to enable him to stay in the zone.
Your subconscious mind doesn't make mistakes. Everything that you do through use of the subconscious mind will effectively create your rhythm, and that's what we're looking for with a driver.
It's essential that Miguel gets to grips with his driving rhythm early in the driver development program, and in this initial test, Miguel has started to learn what he does when things don't go his way.
When I have a mistake and I get really annoyed, My focus raises to 100%, but I stop being calm. I have to work on it to make a balance.
With Miguel now aware of where he has to improve mentally, he heads outside to put into practice what he's learned with some all-important track time. And mentoring Miguel for the next 2 months in this aspect of his drive development is Rob Jenkinson, a Caterham Supersport champion, and Christian Van, a GT sports car and Le Mans veteran.
We're at Silverstone for the personal tuition session, one of many that the guys have throughout their driver development programme.
We're really going to be focusing today on their consistency, you know, lap after lap after lap, within 0.5 of a second margin.
It'll be their job to help Miguel improve his racecraft and get those all-important signatures for his International C licence, without which he won't be able to emulate the previous Academy winners.
All aspects, really, from general driving to the sort of more finer details.
It's a big advantage that we can spend so much time here at Silverstone developing their skills. It's something that many race drivers don't get the opportunity to do, and it should give them a head start.
These sessions are also the perfect environment to examine Miguel's mental strengths to see how much he's actually taken on board from his simulator sessions.
We're bringing them from the virtual world to reality, and we're looking at every single way we can possible to be one step ahead of the competition and to get these guys to the optimum physical and mental states ready to drive.
Stress is a normal situation on the circuit. How you deal with that and how you manage that is different for every driver.
In the car, Miguel puts in some fast and consistent lap times, but it's not long before the mentors have to pull him aside to give him some advice.
Was driving a little bit too aggressive, sliding a little bit the car. Christian said me to be smooth and show me how, and it's much better the smooth way and much more controlled.
The first training sessions have revealed just where Miguel has to improve, and now the pressure is on. He's just 2 months in which to sharpen his mental strength and gain the 12 signatures required for his International C licence, or he will not become a professional racing driver. For the moment, Simon is happy that Miguel and the other winners are heading in the right direction.
There's a different activity every day in the DDP, and although it's intense and extremely focused on improving their skills in certain areas each time, they're just buzzing.
Of course I'm having fun. Every time in a car it's a good fun, so it's great.
Coming up next time on GT Next Level. More questions are asked about Miguel's mental strength as this year's graduates take on their first night race in the car they will drive as Nismo Athletes.
Nissan Nismo takes the GT Academy to the next level. Performance unleashed.